Hi everybody! We're doing a live today and it's so exciting because Lizzie's here in Woodland with me, which is so crazy. Lizzie, have you ever been on December 18th and not seen much snow at all?
No.
We usually have how much in the yard?
There's usually so much.
Like 3 to 4 feet.
And there's not that much out there.
It's so
But look how cozy. My mom's got everything going for Christmas. I love being home for Christmas. Okay.
We've got so much cooking to do today. I wish it was a little colder outside so we could have a real fire going and we wouldn't maybe be so hot because it's crazy. I don't get it with the changing of the seasons. But anyway, tonight I've got a big thing going on with some girls. I teach 11 and 12-year-old girls, and I've invited their moms to dinner tonight along with them. So we've got that dinner that we're cooking for, and then we want to show you what else we're preparing for our Christmas Eve and just goodies for the holidays, because we'll have so many gatherings for the next few days and so many people even stopping by. So first of all, I want to show you something that is ready to go. And this is my Italian bread. So we're having lasagna, and I think on the meal plan, we mentioned our lasagna, but I'm not sure if we put the Italian bread on there. But of course we're having our Italian bread with our lasagna, and I'm preparing it today. So I'm also having some tonight. So we've got a big batch. So when I have a huge batch of bread, I always go to my Bosch. And I've been using a Bosch for 40 years. And it's what I do when I'm making a lot of bread. So this is a double recipe of our Italian bread. And I'm just gonna get it out of the Bosch so I can show you what I'm gonna do with it. Normally, we would be making this into two long, like Italian loaves that are usually long and oval shape. Today we're gonna do it a little bit different. So I'm gonna show you how you can change up the same recipe.
I like to do them into 3 too.
Yeah, I like to do them into 3. But I'm gonna show them how I'm gonna change it up today and do like 4.
This is a double batch, right?
Yes, this is a double batch of our Italian bread. That's quite a bit of dough. So we'll make sure to have some flour around as we get it situated here. So we'll just kind of work with our dough like this and find the middle of it, which is going to be about right there. Okay? And then we'll put this one just over to the side for just a minute. Put a little more flour down, and we don't ever want to add too much flour because then our bread won't be soft. It will become too dry. It won't be soft and delicious like we want it to be. So now I'll find the middle again. So now I have half the loaf, and I'm going to find the middle again. Now, if I wanted to, I could half this half, and I could make even smaller Italian loaves if I wanted to. I could make Italian rolls for like French dip sandwiches if I wanted to. But what I'm going to show you right now is I'm just going to knead this a little bit, make sure I get the air out of this dough before I place it on the cookie sheet. So, and then I'll shape it into the little shape I want it, which is, this is pretty much the shape I would like, just a smaller. Now this has been greased already with a little bit of olive oil. In fact, it doesn't really feel like there's quite enough on there. So I'm gonna add just a little more to make sure that these, a little more just spray to make sure that these don't stick. So we'll put one there, and then we'll come over.
So tell them just how you kind of shape it, you know,
Yeah.
like what you just did.
So we just sort of knead it, get the air out of it. This is, this Italian bread from start to finish is actually just an hour and a half. It's a really quick recipe. We just mix it together, and then we just let it rise one time, and then we shape it. So that's all we're doing. And we're just gonna just kind of shape it with your hands, just like what I've done. Don't pat it down.
So you just kind of fold it in?
Just kind of fold it in. We'll see. Okay, we'll do a couple more. So we kind of fold it in like that. We don't want to pat too hard or anything like that. We're going to bring it over we're just going to place it right here. Now we're going to take a knife and we're going to make some nice slits or gashes, or you call it. I think I'll do about 3. And then we're going to take a beaten egg white. We've already beaten an egg white with a fork. And then we're just going to add a little bit of that to the top of our loaves. And what this is going to do, it's going to brown it really nicely. Just give it a nice, beautiful look. Now, throughout Italy, from region to region, you'll have Italian bread, and some will use sesame seeds and some won't. These happen to be the sesame seeds I got in Germany, and I'm so happy to be able to use them. I treasure everything, all the food I have, everywhere I pick something
Someone
up.
said, why just the egg white?
Because we don't want the yolk on there, we just want the white. We don't want the taste of egg, we just want the white to give it a brownie. Now we're gonna put a little of these sesame seeds on. We won't do the next batch with sesame seeds. We'll do some with and some without. But I have to tell you, if you're a sesame seed fan, sesame seeds you would think they don't even taste, but they do. And they're so good. They change the flavor of the bread I think, for the better in a way. I love it both. I mean, half and half. Okay, so try it. Now, we'll go ahead and do the other one because I need to get this one going as well.
Okay, but tell them what else we're going to be showing,
Okay, so today we're going to go into our lasagna in just a minute as soon as we finish our bread. And then we have our toffee that we're going to show you. We're going to talk about our Christmas menu and our Christmas Eve menu. And we're just going to talk about life too. Life around the kitchen and why we do it and
what flour do you use? What brand of flour?
This is just Lehigh Roller Mills flour that I'm using. Okay, I'm going to stick this one over and we're going to put a dish towel on top of both of these. So I'll add just a little more spray. This is just Costco spray. I buy and pick up any kind.
Lehigh Roller Mills is in Utah, if you don't know.
But you can get whatever kind.
I use the all-purpose from Costco.
Yeah, this is just your all-purpose flour for this. Now, can you add whole wheat? Can you add kamut? Can you add whatever you'd like to this? Yes, of course. But this is the traditional Italian bread. And that's what we're having, is traditional Italian bread. And we like to dress it up a lot. Lots of times we like to do our Parmesan mixture, which makes it so good, which is a garlic bread, or just plain butter, whatever you'd like to do. We broil it, we bake it. There's all kinds of different ways that we show you in our books what to do with all of our different kinds of breads. And this is why is Italian bread different from others? It's just going to be a really soft, it's not going to be as hearty as the French baguette. The French baguette is a little more, it's very soft in the middle, the French baguette, just like this. But it's supposed to be crustier on the outside and have a little more depth to it. This is a very soft, delicious bread. It's probably my favorite French toast in the whole world that is made with this bread. So these I think will go plain because maybe somebody doesn't like the sesame seeds. Now we'll go ahead and cover these loaves just like this with clean towels, and we'll let them rise until they're double. And we're going to be baking these while you're all here on our live with us. Okay? So now, are there any questions on this?
My husband has celiac, and I just bought the book. Is the gluten-free baguette recipe something you ever make, or do you add just for the gluten-free people?
We don't actually make gluten-free bread because we don't have anybody around here that needs to eat gluten-free. But I have shown that recipe to all of my best friends in in my neighborhood and whoever I know, and they love our gluten-free recipe. In fact, I have a really good friend, Deb, who can't eat anything but gluten-free, and she uses cup for cup flour. When I introduced it to her, that's all she uses, and now she can have bread. You can use the gluten-free flour in any of our breads, and it will turn out. I know for a fact it will turn out with cup for cup, and you can buy that online, and that's CUP letter 4 cup. And you can get it online. You can get it at Williams-Sonoma. It was actually developed in a French testing kitchen, and it's an amazing flour. It will make you the best bread. It's so delicious. Okay, Lizzie, now we need to start our lasagna. Well, our bread. So we're going to freeze this bread, and it'll freeze up to a few months and still be really good. When you've got frost on your bread, then you know it's been in the freezer too long. Sometimes we put a lot of things in the freezer and we forget about them, and then before we know it, they've got freezer frost or freezer burn and everything, and it's no good. So let us tell you about this. Lizzie almost put it in a lasagna pot. Let us tell you about our lasagna. This, I happen to be a really big fan of lasagna, but oftentimes when I have made it, for years, oftentimes after I finish eating, I feel super full, or it's just so heavy. And when we were in Spain once on the Costa del Sol, we were eating in one of my favorite all-time Italian restaurants there, and I ordered their lasagna with bechamel, and I had never eaten it, and I thought, I wonder what that is. It almost sounds heavier than the regular lasagna with ricotta or cottage cheese, or cottage cheese isn't heavy, but however you make your lasagna, it's so heavy with all the mozzarella cheese and everything. Even though I love it, and I have my favorite places in New York City and even places here that we love to eat it. But this lasagna is special because it's called lasagna bechamel.
Make sure that's right.
And after I got back from Spain, I came up with my recipe, and it tastes exactly like it. It's a labor of love to make this sauce. You start out with onions.
Can't see it.
You start out with onions and celery. And the neat thing, Lizzie, I want to show them the celery.
I'm trying to get where you can see.
What I love about, also from region to region in Italy, you'll find something very interesting as well. Not everybody uses garlic. There'll be regions that's just tons of garlic, and I happen to love garlic, so I love it all. I love both. But
how do you store it in the freezer? Was that the bread? Were you talking about the bread?
Yeah, you just store it in the freezer in
Have you found the best way?
Well, I just wrap it in plastic. I have bread bags that I put it in, and that's how I like to. If not, just wrap it in saran wrap and then put some tin foil over top of that, and then it'll for sure keep a few months. Mm-hmm. But this is what I was telling you about this sauce. There's no garlic in this sauce. So for those of you who are not garlic lovers, you're going to love this sauce. It's equally as flavorful for those of you who do love garlic and are like, oh, there's no garlic in it, then I don't want to make it. Super flavorful. But this is what's super fun, is it calls for the celery leaves, and I wanted to show you. So, it calls for one stalk of celery with the leaves. And I love that because we're using the whole thing. And it's so delicious. And then you grate a carrot. We've got carrot in here. We've got onion. We've got a cup of red wine. This is
the one you were using.
That was the one I happen to be using today. Yes, I buy most of my wine at Trader Joe's just because I love it. I can always count on it. It's a really good price. These are the tomatoes I use. They're San Marzano. I get them at World Market. I get them at Italian delis around town. Even local grocery stores are starting to carry Italian tomatoes. So the Marzano I've never found in a can less than this. So I would need 3 14-ounce jars to make my tomato sauce. So if you use one of these and one of these, then you're good. So World Market actually has this brand, super good. I love it, and it comes in a smaller size. So using the Italian tomatoes in all of your sauces is going to make all the difference in the world. So try to splurge on it. I know when you have a young family and you're on a budget, you just can't afford to use those tomatoes. That's so fine. Just go get Hunt's. Hunt's is my very favorite second choice. Okay, let's put the lasagna together, Lizzie.
Okay.
Have you got the recipe to make sure we don't leave anything out or miss anything? So first of all, what we're going to do is put a little bit of the lasagna down in the bottom of our lasagna pan. This happens to be an Emily Henry pan, which I love because it's a really nice one.
Can you guys see it? I mean, I'm trying to get where you can see it, Mom. Pull it a little forward.
Pull it a little closer.
No. This way.
Okay. Okay.
All the comments are in it.
Okay. So we've got our sauce going. Okay, Lizzie, let me get our bechamel. So this is what is going to change and make this lasagna so great. This is something we call bechamel sauce. All this is butter and flour, some nutmeg, some salt. What else have I left out? Butter, flour, nutmeg, salt. It's basically a roux, but it's called a bechamel sauce. And this is what makes this lasagna. It makes it so light, you won't believe it. The only cheese we'll be using is shredded Parmesan. And we're not using mozzarella. We're not using heavier cheeses. This is going to be it, along with our amazing sauce. This sauce is a labor of love, and this is going to come together and make the lightest, most delicious lasagna you've ever tasted. It's a different taste. It's so delicious. I don't know. It's the highest quality. You've got to try it. Okay, so Lizzie, what do we do next? Let me show them, first of all, what we've done with our, before we start, Lizzie, let me show them what we've done with our lasagna noodles. So, I think you can see
Let me
this.
show this for a minute.
Okay.
Hold on.
I think you can see this. We've cooked off our lasagna noodles, and then I placed them on tin foil, aluminum foil, and because they're so easy, it's so easy to handle. So when they're, after you drain the water off, and you let them cool for just a second so that you can actually touch them, you grab them and you spread out your aluminum foil sheets, and then you place them one by one. And I tell you how to do this in my recipe as well. That's all spelled out. But this is the easy way to do lasagna. And on the lasagna package,
There's not milk in that sauce, huh? In the bechamel?
yes, didn't I say milk?
No, I don't know if there is.
Yes, milk.
Oh,
yes.
yeah, there is milk, yeah.
There's 4.5 cups of milk. That's what I left out. I couldn't remember. We've made so many things already this morning. I can't even remember all the ingredients. Okay, yes, of course, there's 4.5 cups of milk in there. Okay, so these noodles on the package, they say if you cook them for 4 minutes and then finish cooking them in the oven for 20, they'll be perfect al dente. So that's what I usually like to do if I'm not making my own pasta. And if we were making our own pasta today, this would take us pretty much the whole day to prepare our lasagna, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it to make your own pasta, which my pasta recipe for the lasagna is in the book. But I'm showing you a little bit faster, easier way. Okay, so
then you put 1/3 of the pasta, it says,
okay.
and 2 cups of the bolognese sauce.
Okay, so we'll just overlap a little bit. Just like this. I think we're gonna need actually another one. Overlap quite that far. It's okay to overlap because we definitely want to taste the lasagna noodles. Okay?
So 2 cups of the sauce.
Okay. We get a cup out. So 2 cups of the red sauce, the bolognese. We also have some bay leaf in here, and we need to remove those. So if we find some, we'll remove those. There's one there. Okay?
So now 2 cups of the bechamel sauce.
Okay. So let me go ahead and use this one. 2 cups of the bechamel. Oh, it's so delicious. This sauce is so good. It's already smelling amazing.
And then a
Okay.
1/2 cup of Parmesan and repeat.
Okay. And we have our Parmesan all grated.
Someone said, I made the noodles from your cookbook. It was so easy. I can't believe that I was able to do it. Tasted great. My family loved it.
Oh, that makes me so happy. We've been hearing from people about the success that they've been having. You know, we've never done social media before. Thank you so much for sharing that. We've never actually done social media before, and now we're going to start over, right, Lizzie?
Repeat.
And we
2 more times.
And we finally had a chance to start our social media. Lizzie was the one that said, you know, I'm just going to do this. The other girls had tried it before, and there weren't videos out like there are now. And it's just, Lizzie knew how to do it. I don't even understand. I can barely, well, I'm really good at email and texting and all good at that. But I'm not good at any of this other. And so between writing cookbooks and doing my my show on BYU TV, and then spending time in Germany and all over Europe for 18 months, we just haven't had a chance to even do a social media. So we're so excited to be back with our social media, and we're so excited to have the comments that we're getting, because our whole mission is to teach you about a lifestyle and about how important it is to take the time to make these meals that are basically labors of love on occasion. We can't do it every day, but when we can, how important it is, because what you're doing is you're building memories for the rest of your life. This is one of the best investments you'll ever make in your life, is to spend time in the kitchen, to spend time with your family, creating these meals and making meals. And we have great recipes. Our recipes are amazing, but more important than that is the lifestyle that we want to try to teach you. And that's gathering your family together, be excited about what you're cooking. And something else we want to show really soon is we want to show you how important it is when you get to the dinner table. And you don't have to have anything fancy, but how important it is to sit down at the table and to love your dishes and to love the cups that you drink out of and your silverware and all of that, the placemats. It all goes together, and we'll be talking about that as far as our lifestyle as well. So
Someone said, I got your cookbook when you came to my Steak and Spoke. That was 5 years ago, and it's still pretty much the only cookbook I use. Such a fan of yours.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, we're just going to finish up.
Well, they get the idea. Right?
Okay.
Should we move on to the next?
Should we move on to the next? You guys get the idea? You
So
ready to go?
this is going to be our Christmas Eve dinner, and then tell them what you'll do.
So for Christmas Eve this year, we usually have crab for Christmas Eve, and crab doesn't seem like it's a lot of work, but when you're making up for a lot of people, it is a lot of work, because you need such big pans and everything to cook it in. So this year we decided to do one of our most favorite meals in the world, and that's our lasagna bechamel. But we're actually preparing it today.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, just 1 second. Okay, I just want to finish. Okay, we're actually preparing it today so that we can, so this is almost finished. We'll stop here, but we're going to put it in the freezer. Okay, we're not going to cook it at all. We're going to put it in the freezer just like this, and then we're going to get it out and bake it.
Are you going to do new shows?
For Christmas Eve.
No.
No. Well, we're doing our show here.
This is our show.
This is our show. Okay. So Lizzie.
Okay. This is better because they can really see it, Mom.
Okay.
Me filming you right now.
Okay, but I want us both to get on the camera.
Okay, well, in a minute.
Okay. So now we're coming over to the stove, and we're using my very favorite pan, and well, one of my most favorite pans. And that's the thing about cooking is when you really get into it, and no matter where you travel, you see fabulous kitchen stores, and you'll see something that catches your eye that you want to buy to put into your kitchen. All of these things that I have surrounding me in my house are memories from all over the world. And if you don't go all over the world, that's fine. Just when you go to new kitchen stores and you find great olive oil or salt or a great pan or, Lizzie, what were you saying about this?
Well, I'm like, why do you still have that in your kitchen?
So, does anybody know what this is?
I don't know.
Anybody on Instagram know who this is, what this is? Okay, when I visit Turkey and Greece, this is called, well, it's actually an eye, and what it is it keeps all the bad out of your house. Everyone for sure in Turkey and many in Greece as well are never without this eye. And it means that it's keeping a watch over your house, and it's keeping anything bad out of it. And so I've had.
So why don't you get one for all of our homes?
Oh, I know. I bought you guys so many things. I don't know what to do with all of it.
Okay. Okay, so this is your toffee that you make every Christmas.
Well, yes, this recipe in particular is like a new one. Britton was so nice to share this one with me because it's one that they've been making forever. But I love it because of the instructions. I love her instructions. Okay, go ahead and read it out loud.
Okay, so you've added the butter. Melt the pound of butter on low.
Right.
Low. Then you're going to add the caramel syrup.
Okay, how much? 3 tablespoons or 4?
4 heaping
Okay.
tablespoons.
So we're going to add 4 heaping tablespoons of light caramel syrup. Okay, to the pound of butter that's been melted. We're not big candy makers. Our caramel popcorn is amazing.
Look, she's doing it in our favorite spoon.
And that's
Don't forget about our spoons.
Yeah, we loved our spoon. And that's something that we love to make for Christmas is our caramel popcorn too. But this recipe is so fast and so easy.
Okay, half a cup of water.
Okay. If you're an English toffee lover, here's a half cup of water.
Slivered almonds.
You're going to die for this. Okay, so what I've done is I've just cut up. I like to use the fresh almonds, and then I like to dice them, mince them super well myself. I like the raw
and sugar.
almonds.
Did you put the sugar? Now the sugar.
Sugar.
So blend well. Turn to high.
Okay, so we're going to turn our heat up as high as it will go.
So it says place a jar of peanut butter near your pot and stir your toffee frequently until it's almost the exact color of your peanut butter.
This is going to help you get it done. Exactly. But also, we have to smell this, Lizzie.
Yeah, it smells insane.
No, when we smell it, like almost starting to burn, then we know we're ready and we know it's going to be done. So this is going to take a minute, okay? So while this is coming up, we're going to show our Christmas cookies. I'm going to show how we've got them all ready.
People are saying you need a show on the Food Network.
Oh, gosh.
What's a good olive oil?
Well, I love this one from Whole Foods. I love this one from Trader Joe's. But this is probably one of my all-time most favorite.
Maybe take a screenshot of it.
This one here. This is a Portuguese.
Where do you get it?
You get it at the Portuguese store. Go to any Portuguese store and they sell it. I've tried to buy it on the internet. You can't get it. They won't ship it. For some reason, you can't get it.
Okay, let's show the cookies while that's going then.
Okay, we have to come back and stir this frequently. Okay, Lizzie?
Someone said we're baking Christmas cookies too.
Okay, so I wanted to tell you one thing about this pan. So if any of you are ever in a store, in a kitchen store, or you're traveling and you do happen to be in France, which is where I bought mine, go ahead and get one. Because
Well, I just got one like it in Mexico.
yeah, and that's so smart because actually this is for making jams and jellies, but I'm using it for candy, I'm using it for hollandaise sauce, I'm using it for soups, I'm finding everything because I just want to get it out. I just want to use it
Yeah, it's the best.
because of the memories it brings back. I have an old fork that I use, and I can buy a new one any day at the store, but this was my mom's. And I remember being a little girl and her using this fork. And when she passed away, I remember I snatched it. My sisters and I, we were going over everything, and we all wanted so many things of mom's. But this is something that I got, and I love it. Every single time I use it, I think of my mom. I love it. So create memories in your kitchen. This is what I'm trying to help you understand and sort of teach you, is that it's not just about a great recipe. Our recipes are amazing, but what we're trying to teach you is a lifestyle. It's a way to live. And as you gather these special things around you, you're just going to love everything. This happens to be 100% olive wood. And I got this in Italy, and I use it a lot for cheeses, but just looking at it takes me right back to the little town that I bought that in. So it doesn't matter if you travel the world, that doesn't matter. Yes, Food Nanny show, and my husband was a pilot. We've been able to travel the world. That doesn't matter. But you go different places. And wherever you go, just look for things that will help you in your kitchen. Okay, so Lizzie, we need to stir that frequently, so we can't forget about that. It has to start smelling like it's burned, and then we know it's done. And also when it's the color of this, the color of peanut butter, okay? Okay, so
This is probably going on way too long, you guys, so you can stop watching
Yeah.
or whatever,
Yeah.
come back to it.
for
We
those
just have a lot to show.
for those of you who want to go and stop, that's fine. Come back to it or don't come back to it. But we just wanted to give you a
We
taste.
wanted to give you more of our Christmas ideas, and we're finally together
And
to
we're-
show it.
Tomorrow we're going to be showing our Christmas casserole and something else. Probably these completely finished. But let's go back over to my island and let me clear it off a little bit.
So am I leaving this?
Yeah, you can leave it, but we have to come back to it.
Okay.
So, just spilled something on the rug. So, Lizzie, what are you thinking about Christmas Eve?
Okay. What am I thinking about Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
The only thing that I wanted to talk about again too, especially while we're together, I'm like so much taller, is a lot of you are dying over those comments that got posted yesterday from those girls that we have no idea who you are. And they were like, oh my gosh, this is changing my life, this and that. And this is, I know I've said it a couple of times, but we're getting new people and we're not trying to be preachers on whatever. Or what are we trying to be preachers on? I don't know. We're just trying
to help you.
We're just trying to, yeah, what?
We're
Say
just
what
trying to
you're
help
say.
you understand that cooking is much more than just following a recipe. It's a lifestyle that you create for yourself and for your family, and we want to enjoy all food. We don't want to preach diets because diets don't work long term. You eat everything in portion control. And we've even had a lady just write us back. Did you post
Well,
that?
that's what I posted. So anyways, the whole reason I feel like I was inspired a couple of months ago to start this social media again is because I have lived it. I've lived it and I've seen others be changed by it because I guess it was so natural to me that I had a mom that was always putting dinner on the table, that was constantly creating this amazing atmosphere, smells in the kitchen, and wanting to have good conversation. I mean, it was like dinner time was the time for us to sit down every day and be like, what did everybody do today? Now, we were looking at each other's eyes and it was like, did you have a bad day? Did you have a good day? We were having this amazing connection.
We were connecting.
And
yes.
we were connecting. And the thing about that is that there's 7 kids. I'm the baby of 7 kids.
Lizzie, just a second.
And
we forgot to put this in the
OMG.
oven. Oh no, it's gonna be way too big.
Anyways, so what we're just trying to say, it's so dark. I know I'm like a crazy nut about the light. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that it was so natural for me. And now that I have my own family and I'm on my own and I have to create those memories, I'm just telling you, I'm grateful for it. And with it all aside of that, because we get asked it all the time, what do you mean about this lifestyle? This is why I'm just trying to explain it. I'm the one that's messaging you. My mom sees a lot of your messages, and then
I
she
write
will
back a lot of
respond
them,
back.
but she has to give them to me.
But she doesn't know how to look at them, so I'm just saying that I want to explain it to people that are just like, could you explain more? Because they're not really understanding it. So sorry if you've heard it 10 million times. I hope that made sense. Anyways,
No,
whatever.
it made so much
That's
sense.
what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm doing it. And then we give you yummy good recipes that go along with it. Let's keep going.
Yeah,
It's been too long.
No. But Lizzie, it's okay. Lizzie, the thing about what you were trying to say was this lifestyle, but also something I discovered over 40 years ago when all you kids were so little. Of course, you weren't even born, long born. Lizzie's almost 40 years younger than me.
Oh my gosh.
So that's kind of crazy.
And she looks better than me. That's kind of crazy.
I actually had Lizzie when I was 37 years old. And so you're 37 years younger than me. But the main thing was, Lizzie, was my meal plan.
Right.
I knew that I wanted to create dinner time and be able to put it on the table on a consistent basis for all the reasons that Lizzie just said. Because this is where you come together at the end of the day. This is where you connect. This is where you sort out and talk over the day. This is where we learn manners. This is where we learn how to have a discussion. This is where we learn the art of talking and discussing and how do we talk with adults.
And it's just, when dinner is just whatever, the kids eat at the island, there's phones, there's TVs, there's everything involved. It's just, it's not
the
good.
same.
It's not the same. So, yeah.
And so the hardest part about dinner is trying to figure out what to cook. And that's why I came up with my meal plan. And what I did was Monday comfort food, Tuesday Italian, Wednesday fish meatless or breakfast, Thursday Mexican, Friday pizza, Saturday grill, and Sunday tradition day. With all our bread, sides, salads, desserts, and everything.
Yes. There's so many recipes.
But that meal plan, which is spelled out for you in both of our books, that meal plan is what saved my life. Because when I was having a bad day or the day went to pot, and I was so grateful that all my food was in the house, that I knew what I was having for dinner. I could change gears and I could go into the kitchen and start chopping and cooking and thinking about the recipe, thinking about what I was cooking instead of that bad day. I had a chance to take off some steam in the kitchen, and all of you kids seem to just behave yourself because you smelled the smells and you knew that dinner was coming.
But the other thing is when you honestly are not prepared with a meal plan, do you not find yourself going to the grocery store how many times? 50 times? I mean, seriously. And you go in, and never go to the grocery store hungry, by the way. That is something that she definitely taught me, because what are you going to do? You're going to pick up all this crap because you're so starving. But every time you run to the grocery store, I just had another baby that I've explained, and this isn't going to be a preaching, we'll stop, but 6 months ago, and right after I had another baby, I was not doing the meal plan great. I was just running to the grocery store, having my husband go to the grocery store, and I'm like, just grab a couple of things, like whatever. All of a sudden, my food bill was literally like hundreds more. And I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? I re-preached to myself because I finally sat down, did my 2 weeks again, and you seriously save money because you're not going to the store You're not just grabbing whatever. Most of the time when you grab whatever, you're spending
don't use it.
$100 and what are you making? Nothing.
And
Nothing.
so much of it goes to waste.
It just goes to waste.
Yeah.
So that is what I'm saying. This is why finally, again, I'm like, no, this is amazing. Her plan is amazing. And our food is so good, I'm going to do this again. And so that's why I picked up the social media. So I'm just trying to explain for the people that are like, we don't know you, they haven't heard of her, and I'm not the one to take credit for all this. Anyways, keep going.
Yeah, but she is, because she's living it and doing
we
it.
can show the
And
cookies.
anybody
Go.
who has the desire can do it. The thing Lizzie was
Just
talking
keep
about was the
going.
meal plan, and I wanted you to know that you go, in my book I explain, the Food Nanny likes to go shop, to do one main shopping every 2 weeks. So that's one main shopping. So that's, with your 2-week meal plan, you go, you get everything you need. If it's meat, you put it in the freezer. Most of your vegetables will last, like carrots and onions and fresh garlic. You'll have to go back for, say, some more fresh spinach or romaine or kale or whatever, arugula, whatever it is you love. You'll have to go back maybe for more milk, but your basic ingredients are going to be in the house. Cream lasts a couple of weeks. Sour cream will last. All of the basic ingredients are going to last you a couple of weeks. People say, no, and I say, yes, it does.
Okay. We're done preaching. Okay. But we're just trying.
No, we're not
We're
preaching
getting
at
new
all.
people, and we're just trying to explain it, and that's
Yeah.
what we're doing. Anyways,
Okay.
so I feel like that's smelling burnt.
Okay, let's come over here. Bring the camera.
I'm bringing the camera over.
Oh, my
Sorry.
goodness.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
You guys, this is funny.
Okay,
We're comical.
This is perfect. This is perfect. Okay? It's the exact color of this peanut butter jar. This is perfect. This has been going about 15 minutes. Okay, we're going to take this off the stove. So I've got a cookie sheet ready here. We're going to spray this cookie sheet. Okay?
Okay.
Like
We're
this.
spraying a cookie sheet. We have been going way too long, I think.
No, we're good.
We're good.
I'm going to spray it with the cookie sheet, and now we're going to come over. This is so hot. Make sure your kids aren't anywhere near you when you do this. Okay? We're going to pour
Hold on.
this toffee right out on to this cookie sheet. Just like this. Just like this. This pan is amazing for candy. And we're not candy makers. We're sauce makers, that's for sure. And it's amazing for sauce, too. Okay? Now,
Looks really
Pour
greasy.
it
I've
out.
never made this myself.
does look a little greasy, and I don't know why. I don't think I put too much butter in it. Okay. Now I think I put maybe it's a little too much of this, but it will be fine. Now we're going to put our Hershey bars right on top, just like this. Okay. And as soon as it melts, as soon as it melts, we're going to spread it. As soon as these Hershey bars melt right into this, we're just...
What book is the toffee in? This is not in the book.
No, this one isn't.
We will share you the recipe.
Yeah, this toffee is not in the book. I wonder if we cooked it too long.
Probably because we were talking.
I think we overcooked it, guys.
Oh, shoot.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll make it work.
Why is there...
I don't know. I'm going to pour a little bit of that off. I think we overcooked it. Darn it. That's okay.
This is just
This is live.
live, real life.
This is live. Overcooked it, but it's still going to turn out. Okay? And then I guarantee you once it sets up,
Okay, so now what are you putting on top?
these are chopped walnuts. And I guarantee you once it sets up, it's going to be super good. I mean, we really weren't watching it while we were talking. We were going back and forth.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, now we're going to put it into the fridge, and I guarantee you it will all set up.
How long do you put it in the fridge for?
Perfect. We're going to let it cool, actually, for a minute before we put it in the fridge.
Okay, show them the end product.
Let me show you the finished product. I happen to love it. I happen to love this toffee because I love the thinness of it.
And look at her cute cake stand that she just got at Alice Lane too.
Yeah, that was really fun. Oh, you don't know what else I got at Alice Lane, Lizzie. I haven't showed you.
Oh, so you got one for yourself? Oh.
It's so amazing.
That's the one on our giveaway.
Yeah,
oh,
I love it.
oh, that's
I
nice.
love it.
That's nice.
You hadn't even seen it.
Guess I gotta go get myself one.
So, guys, we're gonna hope that we really didn't
I want those.
overcook that toffee. We're gonna hope that we really didn't overcook it because it's so good.
It's really
and
good.
so easy. So all you do now is let it sit up in the fridge until it's good and hard, which takes a few hours, and then you just take your knife, the back of a knife, and just hit it, and it just comes out in perfect pieces like this, and it's so good. So we'll have to let you know if we really did
Okay.
cook it, or if we can.
Maybe we should just show these tomorrow or something.
Sure. Should we show our cookies tomorrow? Should we show our cookies tomorrow?
I'm waiting
Is
to
that
see what
enough?
people say.
Is that
Maybe
enough?
that's enough today.
Okay. Is that good?
I don't know. Nobody's saying anything
Okay,
yet.
great. Okay. Maybe we'll show our cookies tomorrow. Be perfect.
Sorry. Show these really fast. So when I came here last week, your herbs.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of you were asking, tell them about the herbs.
Yeah, so these are fresh herbs that if you can grow, we live way up in the mountains, and so not all herbs grow great for me. So my aunt has an amazing herb garden, and she lets me take all the herbs that I want, and I bring them up whenever I can, and I just have them in here because I actually use them.
Anyway, so a lot of you wanted to see that again, so it's fun. She has the perfect spot. This house was a cabin, like I told you guys before. Anyways, and she's added on a couple of times, but
We live in the mountains, yeah. Okay, so we're good?
I'm enjoying what you're showing. No need to hurry. Okay, some people are saying cookies. I don't know what to do.
Okay, that's fine. Well,
I'm eating
let's
this toffee.
check the bread. You're not going to believe the bread. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's funny. The bread is going to be super big, but it looks super good. So it's all good. Okay, let me just wipe this off really quick. This is real life cooking in a kitchen. So,
Upstairs. Okay, Mom, hurry.
okay.
They're saying what cookies? These are our sugar cookies.
So,
Tell them.
Tell them what page they're on, Lizzie. Find them and tell them what page they're on. And did you get the lasagna page and everything?
Yeah. I'll post the recipes if you want them later.
Yeah. Oh, we were going to mention, so our menu for Christmas Eve, before we forget. Our menu for Christmas Eve is our lasagna bolognese, which is in book 1 on page 74. And we're having our green salad with olives, which is in book 1 on page 190. And we're having our homemade ranch dressing. I can't eat ranch out of a bottle. This dressing is amazing. Has a kick to it, and it's so delicious. And then we're having our Italian bread, which we'll be taking out of the oven momentarily, and I'll show it to you. It's so big because we let it rise so much. And then we'll have our dreamy clam dip, which is in our second book on page 214.
Whoops.
And then we're having our cream cheese pie, which is on page 198 in our first book. I believe that's it. So that's our Christmas Eve menu, and we'll have the hardest part of it done, which is the lasagna bechamel. So that will be finished. All we'll have to do is bake it, make a salad, make our clam dip, Our bread will be taken out of the freezer. We'll warm it up and we'll probably make it into a little bit of a garlic bread. And then we'll also make our pie probably the day before.
Okay, someone said, why do some of your videos show on Facebook and some don't? Okay, because sometimes when I save a video after this, it does not save, and I don't know why. So that's why there's some videos and then there's some not. So that's why, sorry. I don't know why, but this technology is crazy. Anyways, just explain it fast. We don't need to be showing these. We do these cookies, just explain it fast.
Yeah, so we do these cookies every year. They're in our first book.
But for lots of holidays too.
Well, for
everything.
like every
Halloween,
holiday,
Valentine's,
every holiday.
everything.
And they're just super, they're the best sugar cookies I've ever had. I love lemon in lots of different things. I love lemon in our cinnamon rolls. I love lemon in these cookies. I'm just a lemon nut. I like to even squeeze lemon on top of my pizzas often. So what, I 4 times this recipe.
Someone says be nice to you. Oh, sorry, I thought I was being nice.
So I 4 times this recipe, and I wanted to show you how I put it in the fridge and only take 1 out at a time. Just divide the dough up into 4 different things. I'm going to put the dough back in the fridge because you need to be working with the dough when it's cold. And I've had it out for a minute, so we'll see how it goes. But the whole idea is that you can do this dough up and keep it in the fridge for a few days before you even have to bake these cookies. You could even freeze it and get it out. But that's the whole idea. I like to make this dough up in advance, and then when I get to it, or, you know, if I'm having company maybe the day of and I don't have any cookies left to offer anybody, then I'll get some more dough out. So we're just going to roll our dough like this. Make sure we have plenty of flour. And we don't want to get it too thin, but not too thick. But it's sort of your preference, how thin or thick you like your cookies. I know people that love their sugar cookies super thin. And then we get a cookie sheet. And we don't need to do anything but put some of, if you don't have any, if you're a baker and you do a lot, you know, if you like to make cookies a lot, make sure that you invest in some parchment paper.
And tell them why you like to buy the light cookie sheets. Because you've said that too.
Yeah, they're just my favorite. They're just the easiest to work with. So we can dip. So we're going to make some Christmas trees, and then we'll show you how we'll frost them. So everybody can do that. Everybody can do that. If it looks a little too thin, then sort of get it.
Don't you always double this recipe, Mom? I feel like I do. When I make it.
Yes, because one recipe is only this much. Because we have a lot of people who are cooking for 2 or cooking for themselves. And so a lot of our recipes, you know, you may have to double or triple. Most of our recipes are for families. And I have most people calling me saying, oh my goodness, how do I cut this down for 2 people? How do you cook for 2? And that's a whole nother subject, is cooking for 2, which can be really, really fun. Not daunting, but super fun. So that's what we're going to do, and we're going to cook these, and then we're going to frost them really pretty.
They're so good. They're so good.
Okay, let's check our, you won't believe how...
Look how big.
Look how big our,
oh my.
Our,
that is not what it normally looks like.
Well, that's okay.
But they go big, but
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. But actually, it's so funny. Because actually, what I did, Lizzie, was I actually made those normal size.
Oh, yeah. You were
You
supposed
know,
to make them into
I
smaller.
was supposed to cut them into smaller ones, and I got distracted, and so that's why they're so big. So I got distracted. So this is normal. This is totally normal for this bread, but you can cut it again like I was going to do and got distracted and didn't. So are there any questions? I think we'll go ahead and finish up for today, and tomorrow we'll be back. Oh, no. First, we need to talk about something. I told you about our Christmas Eve menu, and then we wanted to talk about Christmas morning because we've had a lot of people DM us and say, what is your menu for Christmas morning? Because our actual 2-week meal plan doesn't come out again until Saturday, isn't it, Lizzie? Comes out again on Saturday. And so you don't know what we're having for Christmas Day dinner. Well, first we're waking up to our Christmas morning casserole, which is something we do every single Christmas, and I know a lot of you do the same. A lot of us have that yummy Christmas morning casserole, we like to call it, and it's so delicious. So we'll have that, and of course our yummy hot chocolate. But then this Christmas we're doing our tri-tip, which is in book 1 on page 173 with our red potatoes. Makes the best sauce. We're all about sauces. This family is all about sauces. And the tri-tip meat, it's a really good cut of meat. I like to get mine at Costco actually, but you can go to any butcher or you can go to Smith's or any of your favorite stores and say, hey, I need a piece of tri-tip, and they'll be happy to get it for you. It's a meat that you can afford to feed a lot of people, and if you're just feeding a few people, it'll be super good. But I love this tri-tip recipe. It's probably one of the fancier recipes in my book, but it's not hard. It's so simple. The instructions are so easy. You just cook the meat, put the potatoes in, make the sauce, and it's the way you arrange it and the way you serve it, the way you display it. It's so beautiful. The sauce makes it. So we're going to show you that actually on Christmas Day. But if anybody's interested in making that, go to book 1 on page 173. We're going to do it with probably our roasted veggies, or we may just do our carrots in the oven and have broccoli and cauliflower on the side. And then we're going to do our Victorian chocolate tart and have leftover cream cheese pie too. So that's what we're excited for, to eat this Christmas, and we'll be showing you.
Wait till
all
you
of
see that chocolate tart.
And
Okay,
we'll be
somebody
showing
wants
all
to
of
know about the frosting for the cookies.
Yeah, we'll show you that in a while. That recipe is just with the cookies.
Yeah.
Right in the book. Just right here. Let's see where. Let's find. I want to find you the number of the page. It's right here. It's Grandma's Sugar Cookie Cutouts. This was my husband's mother's recipe. It's like over 100 years old, this particular sugar cookie recipe. And then the icing is butter.
It's really good.
And powdered sugar and a tablespoon of flour and vanilla. And it's has some evaporated milk. It's so good. Okay, so our bread is just about done. I wish that's...
Okay, we got to go. It's actually cutting us off.
We'll post it. Okay.
It's been so long,
Merry
it's turning
Christmas,
us off.
everybody.